Spawn fans, you did it. You made Spawn arguably the greatest guest character in Mortal Kombat history. Hey, what's up? It's your boy Dynasty, back at it again with this MK1, MK Uno goodness. Cringe on this Friday afternoon because the results are in, and if you watched my video from last night, not much really changed. Spawn defeated Predator to become the greatest guest character in Mortal Kombat history, according to Ed Boon's recent voting polls over on Threads. Again, it was on Threads, so, I mean, you kind of limit your votes there, Boon, but still, it is what it is, and also this was based on gameplay and not really notoriety, so I guess we should call this, like, the greatest playable guest character from a gameplay aspect. That's kind of the... it's a mouthful, but... the greatest gameplay for a guest in Mortal Kombat just doesn't sound as good as the greatest guest character in Mortal Kombat history. So yes, Spawn won, which really not too shocked at all. He pretty much went through everybody. This one was pretty close, but not close enough. Sadly, it seems like if we do get a Combat Pack 3, and they do happen to want to make the game more fun, like Boon has been asking for, and this was based on the most fun to use guest in Mortal Kombat history, maybe Combat Pack 3, you get Spawn. And as you guys keep pointing out to me in every one of these update videos in regards to this voting poll from Ed Boon on Threads, the very end of Fate Unknown's final message at the end of last year when he confirmed you'd be getting 5 Mortal Kombat characters, those being Kano, Cassie Cage, Sonya Blade, Jade, Kung Jin, and 1 guest character. Well, in that paragraph, several paragraphs, the excerpt, the very final paragraph mentions that the guest character wasn't selected yet. However, they wanted to select somebody based on, well, request. They wanted a highly requested character. I'm just saying. Ed Boon's asking for feedback. In particular for a guest character that is obviously now been highly requested and highly voted for. Crazier things have happened, so I kind of want to revisit that and see what you guys have to say. Because you know I've been saying this for like the last week and a half, 2 weeks this has been going on, that I'm convinced this is NetherRealm Studios, you know, WB's way of kind of gauging the interest from the community, because those 5 Mortal Kombat characters have been unlocked for a while because, well, if they really did scrap the plans for a KP3 because of poor sales with Chaos Reigns' expansion, most of those MK characters were probably pretty much done from like a gameplay standpoint, you feel me? So this guest might have been the last character that was kind of not really touched and worked on because they hadn't selected it from like a licensing issue, a gameplay aspect, they just didn't have it figured out yet. And with this voting poll, I'm just saying, if the Combat Pack 3 drops at the end of this year, alongside the new Mortal Kombat live-action reboot film sequel, from a cross-marketing aspect, it's perfect. And when you have voting polls saying, which one was the most fun? And you have Ed Boon saying, how do we make Mortal Kombat 1 more fun? Again, tinfoil hat theory is this is probably going to be your Combat Pack 3 guest character. And in this case, it would be Spawn, which I'm okay with. And obviously, Todd McFarlane, you can see right here, is still doing stuff with the Mortal Kombat license. The collabs, they keep happening. The action figures, Spawn in Mortal Kombat 11. So, is it really out of the realm of possibility for Spawn to be a guest character again? Especially when we've broken the mold, the whole, you can't have DLC twice. MK9, you had Rain. Mortal Kombat 11, you had Rain. So, I'm just saying, again, tinfoil hat theory. We got to talk about it. Before we break all this stuff down, though, if you guys do me a solid, it takes you a second, drop a like on the video. Appreciate all the positive support, feedback, and prayers, because you guys do know I mentioned yesterday I was having an allergy attack, and I still kind of am, but thankfully feeling a bit better this day, and this day today, and I think it's because of you guys wishing me for a speedy recovery with my allergies. So I love you guys. Thank you for all that. And with that said, let's talk about Spawn making a comeback. Maybe, right? Who's the GOATs? It's Spawn. Let's see the results. Sadly, at this point in time, Boon's not really said anything, though the, you know, final round, Spawn versus Predator, is ended. We go ahead and load the Threads profile page here, and you can see, here are the results for the final round. Again, in case you missed it, this is how we got here. Kicked it off with all the greatest guest characters in Mortal Kombat, aka every guest character in Mortal Kombat history. And we made our way to Spawn versus Predator. Now, I was saying it was either going to be Jason or Spawn, and, well, it was the Caped Crusader Spawn. So let's go ahead and exit this out. And we can see here, vote here, 53%, 16 hundo votes, 53 to 47. Predator was defeated, which makes Spawn the greatest guest character in Mortal Kombat history, honestly. At the time, we were kind of just always clamoring for, man, could you imagine if we would have got Spawn back in Mortal Kombat X? I still kind of feel that way just because, again, that game had more combos, had a run button. It's still my favorite modern Mortal Kombat game at this point in time. MK11 was definitely, from a gameplay standpoint, made my brain mush. Anyways, that's for a whole nother time to rant about. You've heard me rant about Mortal Kombat for fucking 5 years. You're not gonna hear me do it again in this video. So yes, it is what it is. I would have liked him in MKX, but no question, he's the GOAT. So Spawn and MK1, Dimitri's already thinking it. So am I. The responses are just some gifs. Can we call it a tie because both are goated? Guys, let's beat Spawn to make Predator win. Spawn was good, but Predator needs to come back. I know Super probably feels a little bad right now because he was really on the Predator train. Spawn was not better than Predator. Y'all are some idiots. I don't know, man. I feel like in terms of at least, not from like a gameplay standpoint, but in general, that was such a hype moment going back to when that was announced. Like, Todd McFarlane had been clamoring to see Spawn in Mortal Kombat since Mortal Kombat 9 back in 2011. There's interviews going back to decades ago at this point. Feels like damn near almost 20 years. Not really. It's only been like 15 or whatever. But there's like clips of Todd McFarlane at like conventions being like, I would love to see Spawn in Mortal Kombat. And that was something that we never thought we'd see happen. And it finally happened. Didn't get him in Mortal Kombat 9. Didn't get him in Mortal Kombat X. Mortal Kombat 11, he was very damn swaggy. In terms of like gameplay, because that's what we're talking about, the most fun, nobody was as swaggy as him, especially from like a DLC standpoint. He was the best. In terms of customization options, they killed it with Spawn. I still think he probably has one of the best intro animations of all time. I love it. Reminds me of like the PS2 Spawn game intro cutscene. So yeah, man, not really too shocked. It was pretty close. I wish more people got a chance to vote. Don't know why he picked Threads, but there you go. According to Ed Boon, Spawn is the greatest fun to play guest character of all time, and I think it's valid. I think it's correct. Now, how's this for triggering some PTSD? Remember when this popped up? So, here you go. This is your boy, has the screenshot still of the Final Fate Unknown post, and in particular, let's just focus right here on the final paragraph. Third, the final combat pack was meant to be 6 characters, 5 MK, 1 guest. Less guests due to a lot of reasons, but mostly as a thank you to Mortal Kombat fans for sticking with the game. The MK characters were Jade, Cassie, Kung Jin, Sonya, and Kano. I do not know the guest, but I am told they wanted to get a highly requested character. Now, obviously, we did a guest character voting poll, and I did not have repeat DLC, and you guys do know Michael Myers won that. Art the Clown was on there. The Doomslayer from Doom was on there. If you want to see my results, it's pretty interesting. I have a card on the screen right now, but if they really just want to make things easier on them, it would be pretty easy to legacy a character and bring all those assets back into a DLC pack. You know what I mean? Yeah, ideally you would think they would pick another guest character that's never been featured in a Mortal Kombat game, but if Mortal Kombat 1's like a culmination of like every era in some capacity, if you bring back a guest, you gotta bring back the best guest. And Spawn was at the time, and still arguably, I think the most highly requested guest of all time. I'm not going to say it's a match made in heaven and it makes the most sense, but if they still got the license and it's just sitting there, I don't think too many people would be pissed off. I get it, back-to-back games with the same DLC. I can already see the comments now. How could you say that would be okay? I can't believe you'd be okay with us getting the same character twice. I mean, I'm not, to be completely honest. I would rather see like Michael Myers or Chucky or Art the Clown, Doomslayer, Juliet from Lollipop Chainsaw, Marcus Phoenix from Gears of War, the list goes on and on, but just given that, you know, what we keep seeing from Boon and what we keep hearing from insiders, I mean, Kano apparently is a lock. According to Interloko as of yesterday. If you missed that video, card on the screen right now, it seems like Kano had some files in the source code that are recently discovered, which makes it seem like, yeah, a lot of these characters, like I kicked the video off saying, we're already pretty much done if there's traces of their, you know, data in the source code to some extent. So, I don't know. We're obviously spitballing here, but I do think it's interesting how it mentions highly requested character, and we're out here doing most fun guest of all time, and Boon's asking for what can make Mortal Kombat the most fun. So we'll see what happens, but, you know, I wouldn't be shocked. But guys, that's all I got for y'all today. Just a quick heads up on who the GOAT from a gameplay aspect, apparently, is in Mortal Kombat history in terms of guest characters. I think this pretty much makes it a, the greatest guest character of all time. Not even just gameplay. I think in terms of, like, just everything. I think you could say Spawn is honestly the GOAT at everything. Notoriety, gameplay. I think he covers everything with guest characters. So yeah, I'm happy with this. If he came back, I wouldn't be too upset. Though, like I said, I would like to see the likes of, like, a Michael Myers, even, like, a Pinhead from Hellraiser. If they still got the license and they know it expires maybe next year, if there was ever a time to capitalize on this relationship that Todd McFarlane still has with Mortal Kombat, maybe you get another version of Spawn, because this is Liu Kang's new era. He doesn't have to necessarily be the exact same Spawn we got back in Mortal Kombat 11. They could change the gameplay. Hell, they could even make him a cameo fighter. So there's a lot they can do with this. We'll see what this was for, I'm sure, in due time. Was it for Injustice 3? Was it for Mortal Kombat 13? We'll find out. But regardless, this is your GOAT. Would you be okay if Spawn was in the Combat Pack 3? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. Subscribe for some more MK content like this on the channel. Till next time, been your host, Ben Dynasty. Guys, please take care, stay safe, have a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next video. Spawn is the GOAT. If Ash Williams would have been in Mortal Kombat 11, it would have been Ash. I'm gonna always tell myself that. I'll see you guys later. We were robbed. Peace.
On it crack, but I'm not superstitious. Count all these racks, I be steady, count on my digits.